You are welcome to today's episode of Formula for Everyday with the Formula Law.
I'm Lawrence Nkwocha and this is Formula for Everyday. So it's almost unbelievable that today is Tuesday, the 7th day of September 2021. It was just as if we started the week just a while ago, and thank God we are in Tuesday. So today I'm going to be doing a book review. It's a book I started reading last week. I'm done reading it, and I even had to start reading it all over from the beginning because it has some very inspiring text, of which I believe you will want to listen to some of the things written in this book. So because of how long the book is, I have the ebook version, which is about 280 pages. And the book is a book written by Grant Cardone. He's an American businessman and a multi-millionaire. So the name of the book is Be Obsessed or Be Average. Be Obsessed or Be Average. Now, generally, the word obsession has been affiliated with the bad meanings. Once you hear that someone is obsessed over some other person or obsessed over something, it's usually affiliated with the bad side of things. Now, it's doing something excessively, and it's often seen as the society as being wrong. But Grant Cardone was able to explain very well in this book that being obsessed with success is a very huge necessity for anybody that really wants to attain success in life, and sincerely I completely subscribe to his school of thought. So very quickly I'm going to be doing the introduction and the chapter 1 of this book, and by the grace of God we'll continue with the review on Thursday.
You are still listening to Formula for Everyday with the Formula Law. Stay tuned.
So when you get obsessed, many people will call you out and say you are wrong and tell you to relax. It's general, but you must always remember that all those that are successful in the world are people that have really put in their best to be able to achieve the apex of their craft. So taking for instance, there are people like some of the most successful people we know, actually, like starting from football, which is something that many people love. You know, people like Cristiano Ronaldo, he's a very obsessed man. If you see the way he plays, the way he's very, very desirous of wanting to achieve a higher level of proficiency and excellence, you see that this man is an obsessed man. So looking at people like Mark Zuckerberg, he doesn't want to stop. You know, he has bought most of the social medias and he even wants to acquire more. People like Bill Gates and so many other successful people we've seen. Elon Musk, the guy is doing very crazy things that nobody actually thought would be attainable at this particular time in human history. He's doing space exploration, cars with that's electrically charged cars and all that. So most of the people that turn out to be successful in life are people that are obsessed, people that have this high level of frequenting their activity, people that always want to push for their goals. Those are the people that turn out to be success. So, but the truth that obsession is a singular reason for achievement of success. So success comes from commitment and embracing the grind. Now I'm quoting Eric Thomas. Eric Thomas said, if you embrace the grind is going to reward you. The truth about it is that as much as you continue to push with your desire to achieve a high level of success, you start seeing different ways that you can be able to do better things and achieve even faster results. Now, frequency is a very important factor, it's a very important tool in achievement of success. So if you don't embrace your good obsessions, you will certainly become obsessed with the wrong and destructive obsessions. Now, I'm going to also refer to another book. I can remember something from that, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. He was talking about the fact that, he was actually explaining this in terms of sexual transmutation. Now, one of the major challenges of young people is that is the indiscipline to surpass and to be able to escape that youthful exuberance, and especially the desire for sex, which is a very strong desire. It's not just common amongst unmarried people. It's also common amongst married people, because you find out that so many married people get into adultery and sexual immorality. So what Napoleon Hill was saying is that you should be able to transmute the energy that sex gives into some other very productive activity. You should be able to transmute this energy, and it's the same thing that Grant Cardone is saying in this book about obsession. When you stop being obsessed with the right things, you still have to be obsessed about something. You still have to put your drive, your energy. The human being has a lot of energy. Now, it's not everybody that is very well driven, but if you have a very strong desire to attain success, then you really need to be obsessed with your work. Because if you are not obsessed with your work, there will certainly be a replacement of obsession, and it's likely to be a very bad thing.
You are still listening to Formula for Every Day with the Formula Law. Stay tuned.
So when you're intentional about your success, when you're intentional about your wanting to be fulfilled in life, then you'll be obsessed with the right things. But if you choose to ignore these obsessions, then there will certainly be a replacement of habit and a replacement of obsession, and it's likely to be a wrong thing. So every successful person has maintained an obsession on whatever it is that has given them the breakthrough. So every successful person has maintained this high level of obsession. They didn't let their guards down. And the truth is that once you start losing, or you stop paying much attention to your obsessions, then there will become a decline. So according to his explanation, he said there are two ways, especially when it comes to business. It's either you're growing or you're declining. There is no room for stagnancy. You are either growing or you are making a decline. So moving to so all this is just part of what he was able to talk about in the introduction. So moving on to the chapter 1, he said denying your obsessions can kill you. So he spoke about how he denied his obsessions earlier in life, and it almost took his life. He got involved in drug addictions and a whole lot of things that are common amongst young people, and also tends to destroy these young minds. So he said, okay, everybody has gone through a bad season in their lives. Everybody have gone through bad times. So Grant was able to tell his story about how his father died and his mom had to raise them as a single parent. So there are so many other stories of people that have gone through bad times, people that are not able to foot their bills through school, people that were able to pass through a whole lot of stress. Like, if you are very familiar with the digital space, especially in Africa and Nigeria particularly, if you follow stories of people like John Obidi, there are so many other stories about very inspiring Africans and how they were able to pass through a whole lot of stress. Like even the former president now, Goodluck Jonathan, I think that was the time he told the story about him not being able to go to schools with shoe. Alright, so a lot of people have passed through bad times, a lot of people have passed through times that are not favorable to them, but the most important thing that you must always realize is that your story is not the worst. In fact, I was watching something on Instagram yesterday, a video by Williams Uchimba. He's a Nigerian influencer. He was showing how a lot of people live in Lagos, and the erosion because of the rainy season has flooded a lot of people's house and have flooded a lot of people's dwelling, that they don't even have space to sleep. So no matter how bad your case is, it's very possible that it's not as bad as that. So he was trying to say now, a lot of people give themselves excuses. Okay, because of this situation is bad, perhaps I should just try my best to make it up to the middle class and I have things to manage and go through life. But if you really have a strong desire for success, then that should not be your excuse for the fact that things are not are not too good enough, for the fact that things are not exactly where you want them to be. That's the more reason why you should be more obsessed with whatever it is you've developed interest in and you want to use to achieve success. So there is no excuse for the fact that you are not from a very good background, or you're not from a very strong community, be it a country or wherever it is. You just need to keep pushing for your dreams. You need to get obsessed. You need to, don't make excuses, because exactly what he was saying was that, okay, they were his family was in the middle class, but due to the fact that his father died, his mom did not have so much financial knowledge, so they had to pull back. She was very conservative, and personally I agree with his views, because I've come to understand that one of the major reasons of fear, there's the way you step into the shopping mall, especially with the hike in price of goods and services in Nigeria here. You find out that there is this fear that just comes to your heart because of the fact that you cannot afford a particular commodity. Like when you go to restock your groceries, you find out that every single day the price of things are increasing. I went to a restaurant yesterday to have lunch, and I realized that like the regular price has increased. So like things keep on increasing, and there's this continuous fear if you are not making enough as an income, either monthly or daily. So obsession, you need to get so engrossed in your work and really determined on how you can be able to achieve success in life. Now, this is not just talking about finances, it's talking about your spiritual growth, it's talking about being obsessed even with your family. Like life is short generally, so you need to be very much interested in the relationships you make with people. Now, the obsession pervades every area of our life. Now, going back to quote Eric Thomas, he said, you need to know your why. Why are you doing what you are doing? Why do you want to attain what you are attaining? Now, if what you want to do is to just buy a car, after you get the car, will that be the end of your life? Or are you really doing this to impact the people around you? Are you doing this to help your family? Are you doing this to help your nation? So there should be a reason, there should be a why driving your obsession.
You are still listening to Formula for Every Day with the Formula Law. Stay tuned.
With this, we've come to the end of today's episode of Formula for Every Day. Hope you got inspired from the very few words that I've been able to give you in the review of this book, Be Obsessed or Be Average. I would really and highly recommend this book to you. If you could find it somewhere, or you could actually DM me on my mobile number so I can send the book to you, the e-copy of this book to you. So I look forward to having you on Thursday as we continue the review of this book, Be Obsessed or Be Average by Grant Cardone. Until I come your way again, I am Lawrence Nkwocha. Bye for now.
This podcast holds every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. Thank you for listening to today's Roadside. Hope you learned something new. I would like you to join in on the next episode.